Welcome to the Salty Chip Podcast, where you're always coming back for more, with your hosts Mackenzie and Isaac.
In this episode, we dive into a disturbing case from the small town of Beale City, Michigan, where a seemingly innocent online prank spiraled into a 2-year campaign of terror, tearing a family apart. It all began in October 2020 with two 13-year-olds, Lauren Licari and her boyfriend, Owen McKinney. They started receiving strange text messages from an unknown number. The initial messages were relatively mild, claiming that Owen was breaking up with Lauren. They had shrugged it off, and just as quickly as they appeared, the messages stopped. But the quiet was short-lived. In September 2021, the messages returned with a vengeance, this time more frequent and malice. The daily onslaught of abusive text messages escalated to 40 to 50 per day by March 2022. The content became sexually explicit, threatening, and included urges for Lauren to kill herself. Alarmed by the escalation, Lauren and Owen's parents went to the principal and staff at St. John's High School to be involved. The school, recognizing the severity of the threats, quickly brought in the Isabella County Sheriff's Office. The local authorities initially suspected classmates, which created suspicion and fractured relationships within the tight-knit high school community. The other families were drawn in as suspects, and without a clue as to who was behind the text, they also began to believe it was another student due to the information contained in the messages. Chloe Wilson became a primary suspect, viewed as a mean girl who disliked Lauren. Owen's cousin, Adriana, was also investigated because she was considered a bit odd and quiet. And police thought she might have taken some of the pictures that were in the texter's messages. After exhausting all leads and coming up empty-handed, the local sheriffs reached out to the FBI for assistance. The FBI's liaison in the case, Bradley Peter, discovered that the messages were being sent through an app that disguised the phone numbers. The FBI was able to trace the phone numbers from the app back to the two IP addresses. When they compared the IP addresses to the phone numbers of all the students, none of them were a match. It was only when they broadened their search to include everyone that they found a single phone number consistently associated with the IP addresses. The number belonged to Lauren's own mother, Kendra Licari. The FBI reported their findings to the sheriff's department, which was enough evidence to secure a search warrant for Kendra's phones and computers. Sheriffs executed the warrant when Kendra and her daughter were at home. They sat Kendra down and confronted her, telling her that they knew everything. Then they called Lauren into the room to tell her. Kendra's husband was called back home from work, and he mentioned a second cell phone that Kendra had not disclosed. After the police threatened to tear the house apart, Kendra finally handed over the second cell phone. In April 2023, Kendra pleaded guilty to 2 counts of stalking a minor and was sentenced to 19 months to 5 years in prison. She was released on parole in August 2024 after serving 19 months. Kendra is not permitted to see Lauren until after her parole ends in February 2026. Lauren's father now has full custody and has divorced Kendra. Yes.
That was a crazy one.
So this was all in the Netflix documentary Unknown Number. And so the directors they didn't give you any upfront heads up about how they, directed and produced and all the ins and outs of
when they shot stuff, when they interviewed people, sort of relative to the timeline when things were.
Yeah. So you watched the documentary and some things were a little confusing. So when Lauren is wearing the pink outfit in the documentary, that was shot first in 2023. So she's younger. You can tell, still doesn't really get the severity of what she just went through with her mom. And a part of her doesn't want to believe that her mom was actually doing that.
It is unbelievable with just what was going on, the whole thing, and the idea that it was the mom. Like, it is unbelievable. So I get how she's like a young kid and just, like you said, doesn't have her head wrapped around how insane and depraved this whole thing was.
Yeah. And then when she's wearing a gray hoodie, that was shot a year later in 2024. And so you can kind of see that she's working through the process of like understanding really what took place and how mentally unwell her mom is. And so you kind of see her like kind of in a more mature light, I would say. Another interesting thing is Kendra Licari refused to be a part of this documentary until after she got out of prison. She decided she wanted to be a part of it.
Like after the jig was all up and like she couldn't skirt around that it was her, she was like, okay, I better be on there to try to have some sort of influence over it.
Right.
You know?
Maybe have her side or, you know.
Yeah.
But so all of her interviews are after she has served prison time for this crime. And so it's very interesting to know that because she plays on with the whole telling of the story. Like you have no idea watching that this is the lady that did it because she tells it so well of we had no idea who it was.
We were confused.
So worried that we had to go to the school and
I started to think, who would want to do this to my daughter? Who would want to send messages like this? You know, just like how she's playing into it, like she's just one of them trying to solve the case too.
Right,
is crazy. You're
it's
like,
weird.
This woman is insane.
Yeah,
like
you could definitely tell she's mentally unwell.
Like she almost believes it wasn't her.
Yes.
In the, you know, like how much she's selling it and acting like I was just so concerned for my daughter and trying to think which one of her old friends would maybe be doing this.
It's like, it's you.
Yeah, it's you the whole time.
You know it's you.
Like, this is
like
crazy.
What are you talking about? Like, it's
crazy.
weird. It's weird. She's definitely believes her own like fantasies.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It's just so weird. So we'll get into the text messages.
Yeah.
So Kendra spent 8 hours a day sending harassing text messages to her daughter Lauren and Owen. The police had over 350 pages of printed text messages from the 2 years. Kendra also had lost her job, but she said she had gotten one somewhere else. Later on, we find out that she had lied about that. She had no job for 6 months. And so she's just blasting these texts all day to her daughter. Yeah.
All day while she's at school, all this stuff going on. Like, it's crazy. And she was like in charge of the bills of the household as well. Mm-hmm. So like, she's not paying the mortgages or the rent, so they're moving all the time.
They got evicted. They lost their house. Then they put everything in storage, and she wasn't paying the storage, so they lost all of their things that they had in the storage. And I think they're now on their 4th move. So their finances were
just total shambles.
Yeah.
Whole life is collapsing down, and it's all because she just wants to spend all day harassing her own daughter,
terrorizing her
on
daughter.
These crazy texts.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things, like, you wouldn't believe it unless it like happens, you know. But if somebody was like, oh, let's do this as a script, you'd be like, this is so ridiculous, no one would buy this. Like, it's crazy.
So here are some examples of the text messages. Now, these first ones aren't as insane.
It'll sort of show how it started and how
it progressively got more vulgar. So, hi, Lauren. Owen is breaking up with you. He no longer likes you. He hasn't liked you for a while.
And those are the first ones that got sent that sort of kicked off the whole thing.
Yeah, before there was like a little break.
Like a 10-month period where it died down.
Mm-hmm. And then it's obvious he wants me. He will be with me while your lonely, ugly ass is alone. In one instance, when she saw Lauren sitting apart from Owen at a sports game, Kendra sent text messages to her daughter ordering her to sit next to him and move her ass. And she was constantly just texting her daughter, get over there, sit next to him, move your ass, go now. I am pissed.
So crazy.
It's weird.
So
That's
weird.
so weird. And now we will go into more of the vulgar, sexually explicit, and insulting text messages. So
viewer discretion is advised.
Yes. So they did escalate and they became more sexually charged, which is very alarming because
they're like 13 years old when this started. So it goes on for a few years. So it goes like kind of beginning of high school through it. But this is going on. They are kids, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
So she does know that her daughter has like, I don't know if it's an eating disorder or just on the thinner side, but it's an insecurity of hers. So she plays off of that. And she goes, fucking trash bitch. Don't fucking wear the leggings. Ain't no one want to see your anorexic flat ass.
It's insane. This is a mother texting her own daughter.
Yeah, and then
who's wearing clothes that she buys her, you know? Like, it's just insane. Like,
and then so basically talking about her and Owen, we're both DTF. And he wanted sex, BJs, and making out. He don't want your sorry ass.
It's just so insane, you know? Like,
she also talks about things like cream pies and
like they say in the documentary, it's like these messages, they're so insane, they'll make a 52-year-old man blush. You're like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And this is what she's sending to her daughter all day, every day,
and
for
a
years.
minor.
She's
like a
at
minor.
home blasting this stuff off. Like, it's so insane. It's like, this woman is a psycho.
Like basically online sexual harassment in a way with
like
her
sexual
Owen.
harassment. And it is like, because a lot of the text, it was always these mentioning these things where they were like, this has to be a student, because it has to be someone who's around them, because they'll be seeing all this stuff. Like, they have to be in proximity, you know? Like, so it's just crazy.
So then it gets even worse for Lauren, and this is when the suicide threats came in. So, kill yourself, bitch. His life would be better if you were dead. And Kendra sent messages to Owen after he and Lauren broke up, and sent messages to his new girlfriend while he was that lived in a different county. She would find
like random people that were associated with Owen and start driving them away too, and looping them in, texting their parents, like crazy shit.
And when Kendra was asked, like, did you think Lauren would actually kill herself? She's like, no, I knew that she was stronger than that, and that's why I sent it to her, because I knew that she wouldn't actually do it. It's like
such bullshit. It's like, lady, you are
psycho. Insane. Saying his life would be better if you were dead. And I think in one of them she said #bang.
Oh yeah, like saying, oh, they'll kill her if you don't kill yourself. You know, like just going
it was
so
insane.
Crazy, and it's so relentless. Like 50 to 60 texts a day. That is relentless.
Yeah.
You know?
And so another text she sent was like basically threatening Lauren, needing to take her own life before they do.
Yeah.
So it is just so diabolical. And the effects of these text messages are still going on. So Owen and Lauren still have major paranoia. They have trust issues with relationships. They have major anxiety because of the volume of the messages. Anywhere from like 30 to 50 a day created a lot of anxiety for these two. So even though it's been a couple years. The two moms are
like getting together all the time. Like, we got to crack this case. Who could this be? Who's harassing our children? What student is this?
Yeah.
It's like the wolf is in the hen house. It's crazy.
Well, and Kendra's the one that's like, we need to go to the school. We need to go get the cops involved. We need to get the FBI involved. And it's like, girl, you're the one that's behind all this.
That's,
like,
dude,
what is going on?
Those people, they're so insane. They think everyone else is an idiot. The cops will never figure it out. The school will never figure it out. The FBI is an idiot. Yeah. They'll never know it's me.
She thought, oh, I'm using the app Pinger where it sends a message from a different cell phone. So like, if you block me, it doesn't matter because it'll be a new number the next time I send it to you. Yeah. So like, unless you literally block 50
like I can
numbers
always send
a day.
you one message.
Yeah.
You know, like on per number. So you're always at least going to get one of them, even if you block them all the time.
Yeah. You know? So, I mean, she would have to block 50 different numbers every single day.
Yeah.
Like, And she would still get the message.
And you know they're making new numbers, so there's no point in blocking them.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like stuck getting harassed.
So, yeah, basically. So she thinks because she did it off Pinger that there will be no trace. Because I'm sure on Pinger it probably says, there's no trace.
Yeah, all that stuff.
If there is a trace in a certain hierarchy level.
The VPN companies, they have all the logs.
Yeah.
As soon as they get a subpoena from the government, they're giving all your data away.
Yeah.
Even if they're pinging it to different IPs before it hits the website, they track all the IPs they pinged it against before it hit the website.
Like it's not...
They know.
Yeah.
And they're going to get it as soon as they get served a warrant.
Right.
Know?
Like, it's all going to be handed over. It's not going to, like, hide you from anything.
Yeah.
But
and
Kendra,
it's like the local sheriff, like... They don't have enough sway to go warrant this huge company. They're like, but if the FBI sends the warrant of, hey, you're giving us every number that used this thing.
Yeah,
they're going to give it to them.
Yeah.
Some random sheriff in the middle of wherever they're at, it's like, we got to go talk to this. They're like, this is way out of our wheelhouse. We got to get the FBI in here. It's got some like power.
Right. So this bears the big question, why would Kendra do this, right? So many people, including Owen's family, believe that Kendra had an inappropriate infatuation with Owen. And that's why she did it. She would go to his games even after Lauren and Owen broke up.
He said stuff like, she'd cut my meat up for me.
Yeah, and cut his meat for him. And just do overly...
like weird things.
Like doting things for him. And always instructing when him and Lauren were together at 13... very young age, to be putting their arms around each other. And then she would use those pictures and give it to him like framed as a gift. And like for 13, and the girlfriend going to every single game, it's very high school. Yeah. It's way above what they should actually be doing, you know? And then knowing that the mom would go to his games, even though they weren't together, she would continue to text him and check in on him even after the breakup.
I wanted to always be a constant presence in his life.
Yeah. So then the principal and many others think that a cyber Munchausen case, and that the other mom wanted to hurt, or that the mom wanted to hurt the daughter and keep her in a state of needing her, and that the mother wanted to be the helper or the hero.
Which for sure that was going on. And you can tell by in the interviews, because the daughter she's not just like throwing her mom under the bus. You know, she's like very... still seems like she loves, is like, doesn't really see it for what it is.
Get it.
So there's for sure that element of she's harassing her all day at school. She comes home and she's like, I'm getting harassed all day at school. They're bonding over her, comforting her, and
trying to figure it out.
Keeping
Look
her
at
in
me,
that
I'm
cycle.
your hero.
Yeah, like I'm the shining light. I can save you. I can protect you. You just need to be with me, and it'll all be okay. Kind of thing. So like there was for sure that element going on.
And I think we did see that when we see her in her pink clothing interviews. She does seem like she's still kind of under her spell, and she wants her mom, and she loves her mom, and she needs her mom, and all this stuff. And then you see her in her gray hoodie interview, and she's like,
you tell she
when I have a relationship with my mom next, it can't be what it used to be. So I think that makes
her... Like, it can't be her harassing me 50 times a day, telling me to go kill myself,
when it can't
and she wants to bang
have
my
her just
boyfriend.
be me under her thumb, otherwise the relationship doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It has to be, like, respectful. There was no respect or love.
It's beyond, like, not even... It was disrespect. She's literally harassing her, trying to get her to kill herself.
There was no love there. Like, you can't tell me you love your kid if you're doing that. Like, you can't.
It is crazy. No, I think another big aspect of it is she was so jealous of her daughter, because he was kind of like the star athlete. They're like the golden couple. Mm-hmm. She just wanted to be her so bad, but she knew she couldn't be her. So instead of like just supporting her, and you'd think she'd be proud. Oh, this is my daughter. Look at this awesome life they're gonna, that she's living. Like, that's great. I'm happy for her. She like just wanted to take it away from her. Doesn't want her to have it. She knows she can't get it, but she just doesn't want her to have it. So it's like a huge jealousy component to it, I think, of like, and just wanting to sabotage her own kid. Like, it's crazy.
It's weird to me. Clearly, she does suffer some suffer from like trauma in her past or mental illness.
But none of
Kendra
that
said that she
justifies
was
any of
raped
this.
when she was 18, so she did all of this so that her daughter wouldn't be raped. But it makes no sense because it's like, no, you were throwing a guy at your daughter,
Telling her daughter she needs to be more sexual 13, with him and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Promoting young, hookups.
Yeah, all
and
that
throwing them together. So that's not preventing anything. If you were preventing it, you'd say, no in hell you're ever dating a guy until you're out of this house. It's preventing isn't putting a guy into her life so obsessively and then like just tormenting them.
No, all of that is
weird.
Total bullshit. Like, and how insane her lies are, the whole thing with the text, and how she literally denies it until you can't anymore. Until they're like, no, lady, we're at your house with the warrants. We're taking the phones. Yeah. Like, then she finally sort of admits it. Like, so I wouldn't even believe any of the stuff she said happened to her at 19 happened. Why? She has so much incentive to lie about that, to build sympathy of, that's why I was telling my daughter to go kill herself for years, 50 times a day. Like, no, she was doing it all because she liked it. And she liked it. I think the Cyber Munchausen thing, she liked that. It made her daughter need her. It gave her like power over her daughter. It just was like, she loved it. Yeah. To do it as much as she was doing it, she loved it. That was it was her favorite part of her day.
But she won't admit it. She'll just say, it was so awful just trying to figure out who sent those first messages. Because she claimed that she wasn't the one that started it, that someone else sent it the messages. So then she started sending the messages to try to figure out who it would be. And
it's so bullshit. Like she was sending them the whole time, but let's imagine she wasn't. Remember the messages. The first one is like, Owen's going to dump you. Bye. Yeah. And it's gone for 12 months. She's like, I can't believe someone sent that. I need to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to tell my daughter to kill herself every day for 2 years to figure out who said, I think your boyfriend's going to dump you. Yeah. It's such bullshit, She sent every message. It was her the whole time.
Yeah,
she
they
loved
did find
it.
that out. Yeah.
On some element, she like hates her daughter in some way.
Oh, 100%.
100%. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, she is diabolical, insane, like,
yes,
crazy.
She is insane. And I think that they're saying that she might have some post-traumatic stress or a cognitive disorder.
Oh, no, she's just a fucking psycho. That's a problem. They always want to pathologize everything, so it's not. She's just a fucking psycho who did something absolutely atrocious, and that's it.
Well,
there's no scapegoat. There's no, she's got trauma. Who cares?
Yeah. Well, we all have trauma.
Yeah, you don't get to act like that. You know, like.
And it's weird that like no specific, diagnosis has been listed, because you think that she'd want to try to justify everything.
I'm sure she's tried like
hell.
And
so I bet that she's not even going to counseling.
No.
So she's never even gotten a diagnosis. But people are saying that her cognitive disorders that are visible in her behavior, including blaming others, minimizing the impact of her actions, and rationalizing her behavior. Like that she's not like understanding that what she is doing is absolutely insane.
Which, no, she does understand it. Like, that's not a disorder. That's a fucked up person gaslighting you, trying to get away with their behavior and not be taking accountability for it. Yeah. That's all that is. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. Like, it kills me.
I don't even think I heard her really say much. Like, I feel so awful that I've caused all this harm and pain, like, to these people. Like, I guess she did cry at, when she was getting sentenced.
Yeah, but
I think that
her.
was just for her. I don't think she gave two shits about those people.
No, not at all. She's
like, I'm sorry to this family. I'm sorry. No, you're not.
No,
you knew the whole time that it was you.
Yeah, you are not sorry. You're only sorry you're getting sentenced. Yeah. And it's all about you. Yeah. You don't give a crap about your daughter. You don't give a crap about Owen. You don't give a crap about anything. Yeah. Except just hurting these people and how it makes you feel powerful and in control in some weird way and needed in some weird way. And like, it's crazy.
And it's just interesting. So now she is like living with her parents. She's not allowed to see Lauren. She is divorced, and she's back at home with her parents. I don't think she's working.
She's like on parole for like a few years. Can't see Lauren while she's on parole. So I think that's till like 2026 or 2027 or something like that. But it's one of those stories you're like, oh my God, this woman is insane. And it's one of those ones where it can be frustrating watching how unaccountable she is for it all. It's one of those ones you're watching it, it's like making you upset because
that's why her telling
you want to scream.
Her telling the story like that is so strange because she's not taking any accountability. She's playing into the fantasy that she believed
that she was the hero.
Yeah,
that's like literally her framing of the thing is she's the hero in the story, trying to figure out who's actually sending these messages, and she's gonna solve it and save the day. It's like crazy. That is how insane and backwards she is. Like she will twist and manipulate it that much where in her mind she's the hero of the story. It's like, lady, you are so sick in the head. Like, you are dangerous. Like, you're someone that crazy. Like, you are a dangerous person to be around, dude. Like,
and so some of the text messages she sent her daughter were photo messages, and she would scratch out her daughter's face and put ugly and disgusting and go kill yourself, just like multiple of these. And then she talks about in the documentary about how excited she was when she was pregnant with Lauren. This is their only child. And holding the baby for the first time and what love it brings and all this stuff. And it's like, girl, you were scratching out her face, telling her to kill herself. You've never loved Lauren. Like, you've had to keep her alive so you weren't, put on death row for killing your kid. But, like, you hate her.
Yeah, you spent the last 2-3 years doing everything in your power to completely annihilate her self-esteem at like her most formative years as a girl and like doing all this stuff. You wanted to destroy her completely.
And make sure that her whole future was so fucked up and was always about you.
And honestly, she's so psycho, dude. I bet she wanted her to kill herself because then she would be the victim. She would have got to cause the whole thing. She kills herself. Everybody is going to rally around her. This is so horrible. This happened to you. Meanwhile, she's the whole reason it happened. She is that psycho.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
Like, would not put that past her one bit.
I agree. So here is where Lauren is right now. So Lauren is planning to attend college to study criminology. So I find that very interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll get some clarity. I think for her sake, she should never, ever see her mom or start any type of relationship with her again. I think that will only derail her and add so much chaos and confusion to her life. She will not be able to adult correctly. She will not ever be able to have correct, relationships with guys.
And the level of manipulation that was going on for the whole text, you could never trust anything is what it is. She'll sit there in the police office with you crying about the messages, knowing she's the one sending them. Like, you can't, nothing she tells you can take to the bank.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's weird. Yeah. And then, so she has a great relationship and good close bond with her father now. So that's good. She is an only child, so it was just them three the whole time. And then she obviously has no contact with her mom. Man. Yeah. But, she does express desire to rekindle their relationship as long as it's not what it used to be. And it's like, honey, it's going to be what it used to be. Like, you can't change her mom.
That manipulative is going to make you feel like it's not how it used to be, but it's exactly how it used to be.
It will always be that way.
That level, like, it's just too much. It's too much. Like, you cannot have any kind of functioning, healthy relationship with someone who goes to that lengths to torment their own child. Yeah. Like, it's so sad.
It is.
It's just crazy.
It is. So, dating life for Lauren. So, Lauren and Owen obviously are not together. I don't even think they aren't even in contact together either. So Lauren now is dating someone new. So
that's good. She's at least kind of...
She's moved on. Owen McKinney, you know, he is still kind of like a public figure with this whole Netflix stuff. So he does online answer a lot of questions that the fans have. But he is in therapy and has had significant amount of depression and anxiety after this.
You don't say.
Yeah.
Getting harassed all day for 2 years. Yeah, that'll give you some anxiety.
Yeah. I can't imagine how they feel when their text message sound pops up.
Oh, yeah. Anytime it pops up now, they're
you know,
like just... physically their body is expecting some crazy thing like that, even though it's probably some, you know, it's like a shipping alert or something,
right?
You know?
Like just the damage it does to you, and they're probably going to carry that like subconsciously forever. Like, you know, when they hear that sound, they're going to subconsciously kind of panic.
Like she changed them forever. They are not going to be who they otherwise would have been in this world. You know, because of her and how fucking crazy she is, and like, it's so messed up.
Yeah. Well, it just shows you how one person can just destroy their whole life in with some really bad decisions that.
Well, it shows you. It's one of those things. Like, it definitely shows that, but it's also like it shows that it's not a couple bad decisions. It's tens of thousands of bad decisions.
Yeah.
Every single text message she could have typing that out and said, this is fucking crazy. What am I doing? Like, I'm texting this to my daughter. This is absolutely insane. She chose to do that 60 times a day, every day, for 2 years. That is like repeatedly making the worst decision you can make.
Yeah.
Gleefully over and 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 over.
Yeah, like she is the only person that
insane.
completely crumbled this family unit, and other, you know, a lot of other people were severely affected by it.
Oh, yeah.
But she just, you know, voluntarily did this.
It's horrible.
It wasn't something like, oh, this just happened and I had no control. It's like she just voluntarily just signed herself up to just torment this community.
She was literally having brainstorm sessions alone in her house. What's the most fucked up thing I could send my daughter today? It's like, lady, you... do not deserve to be in society.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be on an island somewhere.
Yeah,
like,
it's
this is crazy. So bad.
So that is our Unknown Numbers episode. If you haven't watched it, I urge you to go to Netflix and check it out, because it's one of the wildest stories that you will hear this year.
You need to watch it. It's crazy.
Yep.
Well, thanks for listening.